the politician's mind when conscience started brutalising corruption. You thought the danger was outside the opposition, the media, the commentators, the angry voters, the journalists asking questions you did not want to answer. You prepared for them, you trained for them, you learned how to redirect, reframe, delay, deny, soften, rename, and survive. But none of them became the real threat. The real threat appeared one night when the noise stopped and your conscience finally started speaking. Not gently, not politely, not as a question, as a prosecutor, as a witness, as a voice that already knew the answers. A politician rarely breaks when the public discovers the damage. They break when they can no longer prevent themselves from seeing it. And at first the mind fights. You inherited problems. The economy was difficult. The experts advised you. The circumstances were unprecedented. The party demanded unity. The public expected solutions. The expectations arrive automatically. Years of political survival condensed into reflex. But something has changed. The explanations no longer feel convincing, even to you. You stand behind the podium. The speech continues. The cameras remain fixed. The audience listens. Yet inside, another hearing has already begun. Inside you, you're on trial. You say, "We acted responsibly." The conscience replies, "Then why are they suffering?" You say, "We protected stability." The conscience replies, "For whom?" You say, "We made difficult decisions," and your conscience replies, "And who carried the consequences?" And the internal argument never ends. Every answer generates another accusation. Every justification becomes evidence. Every defense becomes a confession. And the nation begins moving into your head, not symbolically, psychologically. Hospitals become waiting rooms inside memory. Families become faces attached to decisions. Debt becomes a voice. Housing becomes a voice. The exhausted worker becomes a voice. The struggling parent becomes a voice. And the small business that disappeared becomes a voice. You close your eyes, the voice remains. The voices keep coming. They just remain. You open your eyes. The statistics are waiting. The conscience no longer allows distance between policy and consequence. The imagination becomes hostile. Not fantasy, not judgment, not fantasy, not judgment of the fantasy, just judgment of you. And every press conference feels like testimony. Every headline feels like evidence. Every speech sounds like rehearsal. Every promise sounds unfinished. And you begin seeing consequences before they fully arrive. Roads that cannot absorb the pressure. Systems carrying burdens they were never designed to carry. Communities becoming suspicious. Trust becoming thinner. Hope becoming conditional. The future no longer appears uncertain, it appears inevitable. Corruption does not surrender quietly. It fights for survival. Blame global conditions. Blame previous governments. Blame misinformation. Blame misunderstanding. Blame the opposition. Blame anyone blame everyone, but the conscience has become stronger than script. The talking points deteriorate, the slogans weaken, the excuses collapse before reaching the tongue, the speech slurs, the mind starts recognizing what the mouth is still attempting to conceal. And the final terror is not exposure. The final terror is recognition. Because once the conscience identifies corruption, there's nowhere left to relocate responsibility. No committee can carry it. No department can absorb it. No advisor can inherit it. No successor can erase it. And the responsibility returns to its source and remains right there. You spent years believing responsibility could be distributed across systems, departments, advisors, committees, governments, reports, and future administrations. But consequence followed every decision. It travelled through households, communities, institutions, and generations. The speeches ended, the excuses expired, the narratives weakened, the damage remained. The nation carried the burden, you carried the authority. The verdict is no longer waiting outside the building. The verdict is already inside the mind that created the conditions. It now fears to remember.